Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of O to Behold with Camille Young. So glad that you are here with me on today. Look, we're going to dive right into today's topic. I'll get into my announcements at the end, but we have a topic that I really want to talk about on today. We're going to talk about today trauma bonding. The blind leading the blind. Okay, I'm sure you've heard this term several times. Especially if you watch like reality shows or relationship type shows, or even if you've read anything about relationships or trauma. There's this thing called trauma bonding, and let me just put this disclaimer out there. I'm not a clinician, so I'm not trying to give a clinical definition of trauma bonding, but I'm speaking to about it in this episode or in this video because I see a lot of it. Okay, and we know that trauma are things that may have happened in your life that has caused pretty much like a mental scar. Sometimes those traumas leave physical scars, but more often they leave a mental scar on your psyche. Okay, they leave a scar on how you process things, and people are triggered. I can't talk today. People are triggered based on traumas, right? So when I talk about trauma bonding, I'm talking about people who get into relationships because of, I'm going to say, familiar spirits, or because there is a familiar experience to trauma. And so they end up connecting based on that trauma. The trauma that has happened in their lives. That's kind of their connect. That's how they connect. It may not be the exact same trauma, but whatever the trauma has been in their life, they connect based on it. And so I'm finding that a lot of people are connecting with people because of trauma they've been through. So, it may be due to loss. Okay, you're going through a situation of grief and you're connecting with somebody. Y'all are connecting in a relationship because they just dealt with grief, or they're having issues dealing with their grief. Okay, you're trauma bonding with somebody because there was a domestic violence situation. So you may have been a victim of domestic violence, and they may have been a witness of domestic violence, meaning it was done in their home. And so usually also when there is a trauma bond, the bond is happening because neither of those people have done the work that they need to do to move, I won't say move past, to truly heal from that trauma. Okay. And we wonder why, we go from relationship to relationship, and we tend to meet the same person. And when I say the same person, I'm not talking about the same exact person, but the same type of person. Okay, we meet the same type of person. We seem to attract the same type of person because we have not done the work to heal from our trauma, which is the H in whole, heal from your trauma. And we end up connecting with the same prototype of a person. And we wonder why our relationships are not working. We wonder why they are ending. In divorce, or you're having a major breakup because you have not done the work that needs to be done to not attract the type of person that you are used to attracting, and that you've become comfortable in being with. Okay. And I call it the blind leading the blind because neither of you are able to recognize that the real reason, the foundational reason why you are bonding is due to that trauma in your life. Whatever that trauma may be, that's the reason that you are making the connect. I've been guilty of it myself. Trying to be there for people because I've been through a lot in my life, and wanting to be empathetic and wanting to be sympathetic, and connecting based on those things and trying to be to somebody, what I maybe either wanted somebody to be to me, or just trying to prove myself as to being able to be there for them because I want, I am being a support to them. Okay. Guilty. Been there, done that. All right. But I understand my value. Let's start there. I understand my value first. And then understanding my value, I did my work. Okay. And continuing to do my work to not find myself connecting with people based on trauma, based on my past traumatic things that happened to me in my past. Okay. Because as the Bible talks about, the blind leading the blind, you'll both fall into a pit. Okay. Think about it, the blind is leading the blind. We're not talking about physical blindness. We're talking about mental and emotional and spiritual blindness. Okay. When you are not clear and your sight has been jaded. Okay. You have, as they call, scales over your eyes, and you are not able to recognize, when you are attracting the same type of person in your life. If you just look back over your relationships, think about the things that you've dealt with in those relationships and see why am I attracting the same type of person in my life? Why do I find myself doing the same type of things in relationships that I've been in? Why do my relationships tend to end the same way? Okay, so we have to do that self-inspection, self-introspection, to be self-aware, to truly be self-reflective, to truly get to the root of our why we are doing certain things. Why are we repeating certain behaviors, especially as I'm speaking to on today, when it comes to relationships and the people that we allow into our life and hoping to build a relationship with. I really want you to think about that. Think about the relationship that you're in now, even if you're married. Think about the relationship that you're currently in. Did you marry that person because you all trauma bonded? You may have decided to remain in it, or you have been able to grow through the trauma bond, but go back to when you started dating. Get to the reason why you chose to date that person, or was it out of true love? Okay. So I just want us to really think about, we say we're ready for their next relationship. We're tired of being by ourselves, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of men treating me this way. I'm tired of women acting this way. We're saying all these things, but we're not looking at ourselves and seeing who we are pursuing or seeing who we are attracting. Okay. We have to take some responsibility as well. You attract who you are. All right. And if you are not able to tell that you are on that same path of trauma bonding, of attracting what you don't need in your life, it's difficult. It's going to be very difficult for you to be with somebody that may even need to be in your life because you haven't healed enough to deal with somebody who is different from your norm. And when your norm has been dysfunctional, you don't know how to deal functionally. Okay? Is that making sense to you? So let's really think about, are we trauma bonding? Have we done our work to even be ready for a healthy relationship? We ourselves may not even be healthy enough to move into a healthy relationship. All right? Let's look internally so that we can try to heal from our trauma, so that so when the next person comes, we either know that, hey, this person's not for me, or okay, yeah, I'm more healthy, so I see a different prototype coming to me that appears to be a lot more healthy or a lot healthier than what I'm used to dating. Okay, all right, that's my message for today. Okay. That is it. That's all. I hope this encouraged you to really, really think about your life and how you're moving through your relationships and why you've chosen the person or keep choosing the same type of people that it doesn't come to a good end. In that relationship. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. I want to make sure that you like, share, comment down in that comment section. Hello to my new subscribers. I'm so glad that you are joining us. Hello to my day ones, my holy rollers. Okay. Thank you so much because I love y'all. Okay. If you subscribe to this challenge, this channel, you have now become an official holy roller. You're a part of the O to Behold family. Okay. Be sure to get your book from otobehold.com. That's down in the comments. Get your t-shirt. If you want to get your t-shirt, reach out to me at otobehold@gmail.com or reach out to me via my website at otobehold.com. My website is otobehold.com. Also, don't forget about the LTY Women's Retreat. If you don't want to miss it, y'all, we have some great plans. If you have a daughter that's between 13 and 17, or a niece, cousin, child that you're keeping, whatever, we are having a teen edition of the LTY Women's Retreat this year, and we want them to be there. So all of that information is down in the description. So be sure to reach out. Click those links down in the description. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me at otobehold@gmail.com or at otobehold.com. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.